Okay, the ANZ Job Ad Series rose a modest 0.3% in the month of July. Stepping back, when we look at the trend in job ads in recent months, it's certainly the case that the increase has slowed since the early part of the year, and that's consistent with what we've seen in economic activity indicators. They've also slowed up to some degree in recent months relative to the fast pickup in Q1 this year. Now, encouragingly, job ads are still about 6% higher than they were at the end of 2013, so we have seen an improvement in labour demand so far this year, even though the pace of improvement has slowed. So when we step back and look at a range of labour demand indicators, the suite of job ads or vacancies measures or hiring intentions, we're seeing a very gradual improvement amongst Australian businesses in terms of the demand for labour over the past 6 to 12 months. So that's quite encouraging news. The other encouraging thing is when we look at where that improvement's been. So outside of the resources sector, we're seeing a clear improvement in labour demand in terms of the number of job ads in the non-mining sector. So that's really good news, and that rate of improvement is almost as fast, quite strikingly, as it was after the GFC. The different thing this time is the number of job ads in the resources sector has turned down modestly again in recent months, and that's not surprising because we've seen some weakness again in commodity prices, particularly the iron ore price. So going forward, we think that putting all this together, the modest improvement in job ads is telling us that the unemployment rate is likely to remain around that 6% mark where it's been in recent months. That's not too bad because some people still think, including the RBA, still think the unemployment rate will rise to around that 6.25% mark. We're not in that camp, and we think the unemployment rate will top out around 6%, and with a bit of luck it might start to fall after several months from now. But in the near term we see the unemployment rate hanging around that 6% mark.